Hi, I'm Miss Cecilia, and I am your child's sixth grade reading and writing workshop teacher. This is my sixth year teaching. Wow, this is my sixth year teaching and my second year at Holdrum. I taught in Jersey City before this, and I taught middle school language arts. I studied creative writing and English literature at Pace University in New York City, and then I got my master's degree in English literature and secondary education at Bard College. So I have a strong background in writing and with literature, and I absolutely love teaching it, especially at the middle school level. My philosophy as a teacher is to allow students the confidence to find their own unique voice and to use it daily in whatever way they find important and powerful. And it's something that I love cultivating in students every single day. In middle school language arts, the sixth graders are going to get used to making decisions when it comes to their own learning through creative choices, through creating their own deadlines, through questioning, to asking, to seeking answers to things that maybe they find confusing or interesting. Where their students are going to not only answer questions but ask questions using higher order thinking standards. And basically, it's a pivotal year because the students really get to learn who they are, not only as students, but as readers and writers. It's important that the students check Canvas discussions page daily. That's where, for our class, all the information that they're going to need will be. And it's also important that they log on when they are at home for the day to our Google Meet, which will always be linked to them on the discussions page. So it will always be there. And that's kind of where I go over about what we're doing, kind of introduce the skill or the topic, and then they go on their own, and they can work independently or collaboratively. And then I can be there to meet with them one-on-one to answer any questions. So basically, that's it for my introduction. We're going to kind of go through like the ins and outs of what we're going to be doing this year in both reading and writing. And again, I will link my email. So if you have any questions, let me know. And I would love to always, talk to you about any questions that you have or any concerns you have regarding your child. And I really look forward to being their teacher this year. In writing workshop, we are going to be developing the foundation for writing structure, which means that we are going to be going through the entire writing process. So there's going to be brainstorming, drafting, editing, peer editing, and then finally publishing and presenting. So the students will get kind of a sense of what it means to really get into the entire writing process and to watch their work get better as they go and to grow. We're also going to be developing creativity through poetry. So we will be doing a large poetry unit where the students can really experiment with different types of writing and figurative language and using all these different tools to make their writing come to life. I always find that even those students who hear the word poetry and get a little apprehensive end up really enjoying this unit, and it's really, really fun to teach because you really see their voices and their uniqueness come alive. We're also going to be experimenting with different writing styles and genres. So along with poetry, we're going to be writing fairy tales, narrative writing, nonfiction writing, memoir writing. We're also going to be creating blogs and editorial writing. So it really gives every student an opportunity to kind of see which writing speaks to them. Sometimes people like writing in a more creative way, and some people are more, logical or analytical. So this really kind of allows the students to experiment, kind of see which writing process speaks to them. And through with the experimentation, we're also going to be reading mentor texts. So they're going to be able to see what they like about the text that they're reading and how to incorporate that into their own writing style. We'll also be preparing students with time management skills and creative choice. So a lot of sixth grade is going to be project-based. So we might have, a mini lesson or a lesson for 1 to 2 days, but the rest of the week might look like, projects or them completing a writing assignment or a writing project with different due dates. So they really can kind of learn what it's like to manage their own time. And also they get to make choices. So they figure out what is most important for me to get done more quickly than maybe somebody else. Also, the students will be given different prompts to choose from, different projects to choose from. So while they're learning the same skill and using the same skill, they can kind of gear it in a way that it makes sense to them and that they enjoy and want to create. So it really kind of lends itself to them, becoming responsible for their own learning. We'll be doing a lot of peer editing. This year, peer editing looks a lot different than it has in the past. But through Google and Canvas, the students are able to, look at the same Google document and make suggestions and edits. So they'll be working together, cohorts A and B, to help each other in their writing and to say, I really like what so-and-so does in his writing. I want to try that. So it really kind of helps them grow together as writers. And also there'll be teacher to student conferencing with me that can be during office hours, that can be in class, again, through the Google platform and Google Documents and Canvas. So all of these things are basically what we're trying to go through this year and instill in them this year in writing. And again, I love writing and it is one of my favorite things to teach. So getting them ready for, 7th and 8th grade and beyond, and really experimenting and trying to figure out who they are as writers is always just really, really enjoyable. In reading workshop, we're going to be reading and using comprehension to analyze big ideas. So we're kind of straying away from what's the main idea, what is the story about, to what's the big idea, what is the theme, why is the author writing this piece, why is it important, why are we studying it? So basically having them answer those why questions all the time and ask those why questions. We're also going to be developing the foundation for creating higher order questions, which means we ask the students to not only answer questions, but create their own questions to ask their classmates, basically about, well, what's the point? Again, what's the big idea? And also to kind of challenge the piece and really kind of get into their own opinions about what did we read and why is it important. We're going to be making real world connections to reading material, whether we're connecting to ourselves, whether we're connecting to society, whether we're connecting to making connections to other things that we've read or what we've watched or what we've seen. We make those real world connections so we can have a deeper understanding and find a deeper meaning in the text that we're reading, and also just make class procedures and policies. So our grade breakdown is 10% homework and participation, 40% process and classwork grades, and 50% product and assessment grades. So homework and participation, this year we're not going to be getting or giving as much homework in the traditional sense in language arts. The way that I'm going to be monitoring participation is, are the students prepared every day? Do they bring their independent reading book when we are doing independent reading, which they will always be told the day before? Do the students come into the Google Meets when they are at home virtually learning? Are the students involved in the discussions in the beginning and at the end of class after through Google Canvas? So those are all the ways that I'll be monitoring participation. And any homework or work that they will be doing at home is based off of work that we've done in class. So as long as the student is, practicing their time management skills, they should have minimal homework in the sense of anything that they have to get done at home. Process grades are do nows, exit slips, group work, classwork, journal entries, and reading reflection. So basically anything that we're working on in class and doing together and going over and basically leading up and practicing a skill that we will eventually be assessed on. The product grades, so in language arts, most of what we are assessing the students on is their writing assignments, their presentations, their discussions. Discussion is definitely a big piece of language arts, especially in middle school. So not only are they writing their thoughts, but can they present them to the class and to me? And are they listening to one another? Are they questioning one another? Are they, you know, kind of exhibiting empathy and, an understanding, and really not only practicing speaking up, but also listening. I'm always available for extra help between 1:40 and 2:40, which are my office hours. Extra help could be anything from literally extra help or extra guidance on an assignment, or if the student just wants to have a conversation, maybe talk about something that they're working on, or maybe how to make anything better. So any sort of one-on-one time that the student needs with me, I'm available during those times. The best thing to do would be to email me, let me know that, that they want to meet, and we can schedule. If you ever have any questions, please contact me. My email is scecilia@rivervaleschools.com. You can also find my email address on the main page of our class Canvas page. Anything that you would like to speak more about, or any questions or more insight about, I'm always available through email and will do my best to answer as quickly as possible. I know that this year looks different and it's a little hectic this year and seems crazy. So, again, just anything that you ever are concerned about, I think the best thing to do in times like this is to communicate. So, I'm always open for communication, and anything that I can do to ease anxieties from the students or from the parents or anything, and just to make, especially in our little language arts world, anything easier, I'm always available. And again, I'm really happy to be in school in any way that we can be. And I'm really, really looking forward to a really strong and awesome year. Have a great rest of your night. Bye.